The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff or management of Visionary-related entertainment.
Aloha and welcome to Maui Nonprofit Notes, where each week you'll find us talking story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and their staff to find out how they're working to support those with needs within our community. Maui Nonprofit Notes is generously sponsored by Pacific Source. If you're building or remodeling a home, please stop by Pacific Source's cabinet and appliance showroom located in the Waikapu Bayshard. I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific, and your host for Maui Nonprofit Notes. For those of you who may be listening to the show for the first time, each week during this hour we share some of the experiences of our nonprofit agencies and just how they're changing lives, changing communities, and creating miracles of hope for those with needs. Today we have, I'm going to call this a roundtable discussion that we're going to have because we've got 5 people here from Maui Family Support Services. And I think this is the first time that we've brought in basically the whole agency to talk about their programs, which I think is kind of neat because some of our agencies do more than one thing. Actually, a lot of them do more than one thing, but how many programs have you got all together? Do you know? Does anybody count them? I know it's your 35th year in business, but you don't have 35 programs, do you? No, but you're growing every day, it seems like, because you're getting more grants.
Absolutely.
And you're hiring more people. Absolutely. And, I mean, it's awesome. So we've got Maui Family Support Services. We're going to start off with Momi Medeiros, who's going to talk to us about the Stand for Children's Celebration Rally. Support groups.
Yeah, let's start with
help me out with that one.
I will. Let's start with the Stand for Children Celebration and Rally. So this is our 20th year that we will be doing this celebration. Maui Family Support Services sponsors this. We are going to be doing it at Queen Ka'ahumanu Center on Saturday, September 12th. Event will take place from 10 to 2. What that entails is we will be having on-stage entertainment. We will also be having our agency as well as our partner agencies having display tables with information. When we say Stand for Children, that's what we are. We are the advocates for the children. So what we try to do is we try to let the children and their families know what are the resources out there in the community. And the way we do that is by having other agencies that kind of care for our children and making sure that they have healthy families, to have them, give them an opportunity to display their wares. We will also have on each table child-friendly activities that they can take with them when they're done. We are actually going to celebrate the children. That's why it's called a celebration and rally. The National Stand for Children campaign began back in 1995 in Washington, D.C. And like I said, this is all about advocates for our children. So what we do is we recognize other essential programs that give children a fair chance in life. Maui Family Support Services is pleased to coordinate this event in conjunction with our other human services agencies, children's programs, entertainers, and local businesses. So the event is free. It'll cost you nothing. We have solicited donations, so we've got lots of door prizes. So it's something that you want to stay through the end because that's when you're going to get the good prizes, right?
And we're talking about Saturday, September 12th.
Absolutely.
Queen Ka'ahumanu Shopping Center from 10 to 2.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so when you say Stand for Children, what are the issues with these children that we're trying to resolve, fix, whatever the case might be?
So we actually stand for children not only at this rally, but we do it every day with our nonprofit agency. And what we do is we do assessments or surveys of the families. We see where their needs are.
Okay.
We see how we can meet their needs. And if for some reason our agency can't meet their needs, that is when we use our partner agencies to give them what they need. So this event targets actually all children up until teenagers because we have programs at MFSS that will touch children from 0 to 3. It'll touch children from 0 to 5, and it'll also touch the teenage population, which all have very different challenges, right?
Right, right, for sure. So there was something in your mission statement. Promote healthy families functioning by providing supportive services which build on family strength. The prime directive is to utilize our collective resources toward the prevention of child abuse and neglect. And that's often the outcome if there's no assistance brought on board.
That is correct. Absolutely. If the parents are not given the information or the resources, then they feel that they don't have the answers for their children. And that puts added stress to the family relationship, which can always lead to other things. We also have a program that works specifically with the families that have a connection with CPS or CWS. So they have individual challenges, so we help them with that
CPS and
as well.
CWS stands for?
Yeah, Child Welfare Services. So sorry.
And Child Protective
Yeah,
Services.
and Child Protective
Okay.
Services. So what we do is we do actually community surveys to figure out where the needs are of the community, and then we apply for grants and we try to see if we can fill those needs. Yeah?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's so often we think that I don't know, at least I guess I've always thought everybody grew up in a household just like mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all on the same block, we're all in the same community, we all went to the same churches, schools, etc. So how did we all turn out so differently?
Yeah, and I think the eye opener for me was when I actually started working with the families and started doing direct service, is to see that we are not the same. You know, everyone has different ways. So another part of what I do is I hold support groups. So I have 2 different support groups that I'd like to talk briefly about.
Okay.
The first one we call our Ohana Hui, and that is really for the parents. Yeah. So you come, whether you're a single parent, whether you have one child that's brand new, or you have a teenager, you come to there. And what I always say is we use our nurturing parenting curriculum to guide the conversation. It's not a class. It's not something you're going to sit and you're going to, write your answers to. But we use the curriculum because it touches on the child development. It touches on what are appropriate expectations for the children. And a lot of times it opens up their eyes and it starts to say, oh, wow, I never thought of it like that. And a lot of times when I work with my families, the first thing they'll say is, well, that's not how my dad did it. That's not how I was raised. And I turned out to be pretty good, right? So it's the idea of saying, and I see nothing wrong with that, but wouldn't we want to have something better for our children? Yeah. So the second cohort that I target in my support groups is our resource caregivers. Resource caregivers have very specific needs, very different from most of us, right? And when we talk about resource caregivers, that's anybody. You have a Hanai child, you're raising your niece, you're raising your grandchild, this is the one you come to. Sit and talk for a little bit. Find out that your problems are really kind of common. You're not singled out. You're not the only one that has those problems. But to be able to share your challenges as well as your joys with people that have things in common with you is really, really helpful. And what I think that does the most is, we're all about protective factors and making families stronger. And I think that the socialization portion of our protective factors is what the support groups targets. It makes them comfortable to talk amongst other people, share what they have. Now, in these groups, we provide refreshments. We hold it 6 to 8 in the evening at Maui Family Support Services, which is at 1844 Wheelie Pod Loop. And we do the parenting group on Tuesday nights, and we do the resource caregivers on Wednesday nights. We provide refreshments. We provide childcare so that you can have some time away from your children and focus on what we're talking about for the evening. And if you're in the Wainuku Kahului area, we also provide transportation. All of this is free, no cost.
Wow. Now, these are ongoing?
Ongoing.
That's great.
Absolutely. And then if you complete 12 sessions, you actually get a certificate of completion. Yeah.
Cool.
So if anyone wants any more information, my name is Momi. You can call our office at 242-0900, and they will connect you to me, and I'll be happy to help you through it.
That's great. I think one of the things that you said that probably rings the truest is that there really are no issues that haven't been explored. It's just that you didn't know about it, that other people have the same issues.
Exactly. And I hear that a lot, in my groups. I hear, Auntie, I never knew that. I never thought of it like that.
I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
Or just my family did it this way.
And it's wonderful because I also get to share my experiences,
right?
Which makes it kind of real, and it makes it a little bit more comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess the thing is that we think of children today visiting each other, going home after school with somebody, or even if they just stay like after school with A plus or something like that, they get to know a little bit more about their friends from school. Maybe more than we did when we went to school, because it was, boy, as soon as school's out, we're gone.
Yeah.
We're out of there. But they don't touch on these kinds of things. They don't talk about things. And sometimes it's because they know it's different, or they're ashamed of it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But here you've got a session where it can be brought out in the open.
Right. And I think one of the best things is this program is purely voluntary. You're not mandated to come to it.
Right.
And everything is kept confidential. So they know that, so they can speak freely and not worry about where is that information going to
Right.
go. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Boy, that was the fastest 15 minutes in radio, I think. Momi, thank you so much for that, and we'll remind everybody at the end of the show again about the rally and celebration. We're going to head over to Kuuipo Gonzalez Alonso. Close?
Yes.
Very good, yeah. And I'm told you just got married, and that's why I'm looking at the hyphenated name.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you work with Early Head Start.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about Early Head Start.
Okay, so
We've heard from like MEO about Head Start.
yes.
Yours is
We're
pre.
early Head Start, so we start from prenatal up until 3, and it's an early. It's a federally funded program at no cost. We provide individualized and comprehensive services that can begin during pregnancy and, of course, all the way up until 3 years old. We offer services on Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. And we also promote early childhood education and development by using evidence-based curriculums that promote healthy development and, of course, school readiness goals in the areas of language learning and early literacy skills, positive approaches to learning cognitive, healthy growing bodies, physical movements, positive social and emotional skills and relationships. So basically what it is to have a really good, healthy outcome for a child going into the kindergarten programs or going into the Head Start programs.
Interesting. Now, is there a criteria for being able to get into this?
It's open to anyone at no cost, but we are looking at income eligible families first.
Okay. I guess what I'm thinking about is, like, I'm hearing some of these things that you're talking about, and I'm thinking, okay, my niece just had a baby a year ago, and I get pictures and videos all the time of what they're working with and doing, and I'm kind of thinking, okay, some of these things she's doing, you're doing because it's not available at home. Is
Right.
that kind of the way it works?
We have 2 programs in the Early Head Start. We have our center base, which is called Kupu Kupu, and those are for parents who decide they want to go back to school or they're working. And then we also have our home visiting program, which we have parent-child educators that actually go into the homes and work with the parents in the child's natural environment.
To show them how to do what they would be
Yeah,
doing
we'll
in
be
the
working
classroom.
hand in hand with the family and the parents and the child.
Interesting. So this, I would assume this is usually the first-time parent?
It can be first-time parent, but it's, it can also be parents who've already had multiple children and that they're interested in learning something new because sometimes their children are spanned differently.
Right. Interesting. The first part of what you talked about, getting them ready for school or preschool, that educational process, as I understand it, up to the age of 5, I think it is the most important. And is that like from 2 to 5, or does it really start younger?
We start younger.
Yeah.
We start from prenatal,
Right.
because if you educate the parent will be able to have these skills, and that way they themselves can work with their own child.
Interesting.
And we actually help to facilitate, encourage, and hone in on, gaining parents, empowering them.
Right. And making them by empowering them, you make them more comfortable doing
Yes, and be an
this with their
advocate
children.
of their child.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to take a short break for a commercial. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
That was good, ladies.
And we are back. This is Maui Nonprofit Notes, where we talk story with our nonprofit executive directors and staff about what they're doing to help those with needs and to improve the lives of the children in this case. Today, we're talking with Maui Family Support Services. Before the break, we were talking with Kuipo about the Early Head Start program that they have, and thinking about, I'm thinking about that age group, again, because of my niece and what's going on with them, and that now that he's, 14 months, they're thinking, okay, it's time for the second one. And it's like, okay, and I said something the other day, what have you learned? What would you do differently? And my niece and her husband kind of looked at me and said, I don't know, I think we were pretty much on track because we were ready to have a child. And so then the question becomes, okay, when the second one comes along, are you just as ready for the second one, or do they get a whole different treatment? Do you have any thoughts on that? I know it's a little out of the range of what we're talking about, but I think you have an idea.
Usually parents are more careful with the first one. They want everything perfect for that child. I think by the time the second child comes, they're a little bit more relaxed, but they also they don't cover as much as they did with their first child.
Right. Well, I'm taking a look at all these pictures and videos that they've been taking, and so often we hear from parents that down the road they look back and they go, we've got all these pictures of the first one, but what happened with the second and third one? It's like they didn't exist until they were in grade school and could take their own pictures.
They kind of wear themselves out with the first child, so by the time the second child comes, they're a little bit more relaxed. Oh, that's okay.
And they've also worn out all their friends with their pictures of the first one. And it's like, we don't need any more. We know they're cute, and we know what they're doing. Anyway, so early Head Start. So about how many students would you have in the classroom setting?
In the classroom setting, I believe we have 30. We also have the Wailuku Center for Kupu Kupu, and we also have the Lahaina Center.
Okay.
We have 2 locations, and we have staff there in both locations. And then the home visiting program, we also have Maui, Molokai, and Lanai as well.
Oh my
that
goodness.
we service.
So now somebody from here go over there, or do you have staff over there?
We have staff on those islands, but we do have supervisors that actually go over and work with these staff to continue the service. We also have our Hana Center as well.
I did see something that's fairly new.
That is fairly new.
Right, I saw something about, is this the first year for it?
Yes.
Gotcha. And I don't know what I did with that. I downloaded it from the computer because I thought this is cool. And of course it's not going to pop up for me. There we go. Get an application. Now, can they still enroll? Is it too late? Or?
No, we're continuously taking enrollment. Right now, actually, we do have infant and toddler lead teachers for full-time for both the Wailuku Center. So we're looking for a lead teacher and a teacher. So we have those 2 positions open at this time. So anybody interested, they can always come to our office, fill out an application.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So, I guess I'm always fascinated by HANA and the services that we tend to forget about them in so many cases, but there's really a good number of people out there that need these services.
Yes.
And it's just, I think it's great when somebody can find the resources to be able to open a center out there or do something out there. I know the county's looking at trying to build a commercial kitchen out there, and it's like, you're doing what? And it's like, is there enough activity? And they, oh, come on. They're catering all the time for different events and things, and right now they're doing it either in a church kitchen, which is clean, but it's not a commercial kitchen, or just doing it at home, which we know is not a safe environment. No matter how clean it is, there's issues that can come up. So this is great. So, Kuipo, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
It's exciting. How long have you been with Maui Family Support Services?
I'm going on 16 years.
Oh my goodness! And always in this
Always
department?
been an early Head Start from the start.
It's your true love.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. I think that's great when somebody finds a niche and stays with it and can build and grow with it.
Oh, yes.
Was that the beginning of the program?
No, they started the program about a year or 2 before
okay.
I came on board.
And you were just ready to build it and
Yeah.
get it up to where it is now.
I try.
Yeah. I think it sounds like you do very well. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next part of the show, we've got Chrissy Garcia and Tiara Johnson talking about Healthy Family America. Who's going to step in? Who's up?
Well, can
Chrissy's
I talk
up.
about our outreach and resource specialist program first?
Okay.
So
And you are?
My name is Chrissy.
Okay. So we're talking to Chrissy first, Chrissy Garcia.
Yes.
Okay.
And so our staff in this program are the ones that go out to the hospital and they see all the moms as soon as they give birth, and we do a screening to see the need. So we can see what kind of services that the families need, and we report that to the Department of Health. But we also do it to see which programs we can refer them to.
Okay, now when you're talking about need, I mean, the baby's just being born. So what kind of needs are we looking at? Is there some issues with the family, or?
So a lot of our families on Maui may have a history of substance abuse, or they may be homeless, or they may have mental health issues. So they have a lot of issues. They just have a lot of issues from growing up. And so our aim is to try and educate the parents on how to break that cycle, so their child grows up in a more nurturing environment, and to have that parent-child interaction.
Okay.
And so that's why we go into the hospital. So we try to identify the needs early on. So we also go out to like WIC and other health providers.
Okay, and WIC is?
WIC is Women, Infant, Children.
Okay.
And that's where they can get help with nutrition and stuff.
Okay.
But we try to find mothers prenatally as well, so that we could refer them to Early Head Start or Healthy Families America.
Okay.
And so we do that.
So are you notified by the hospital when someone gives birth, or
We just
you
go
just
every
go
single day.
You do. Okay.
Including holidays.
Hey, just swing by and see what's happening today.
Every morning at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, we have staff going in.
Wow.
We see who gave birth the day before. We don't come in right away. We know.
We let you rest a little
Yes.
bit.
And it's all voluntary, so if they're really just not wanting to be talked to, then we will just not.
Okay.
And so we do try and call them later, though, to see if they change their mind and want other resources.
Right.
So we do provide them with a packet of resources for different things on service agencies on Maui, so that maybe if they didn't want to do the screening, they still have
the information.
The list. Yeah.
So now, do you, from time to time, I would think, do you? That's a dumb question. You would. From time to time, you're gonna see the same mother over the course of a couple of years.
Yes.
Do you ever find that maybe they were reluctant the first time you saw them, and now the second baby, it's a little different story?
Yes. So there's lots of moms, and they may have been in a program previously, and they just loved it, and then they want to do it again.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So there's different circumstances. Maybe something happened since the last time they had a baby and they had more questions. So they really get to get all the information that they need, and they can start a home visiting program.
Cool. Now, the home visiting program is what?
So there's Early Head Start, or there's Healthy Families America. So Healthy Families America works with prenatally up until age 5. So we try to bridge that gap from 3 to 5.
Okay.
Especially now, since you can't start kindergarten till you're 5.
Right. Right.
So we want to support families as much as we can. And so we do a team approach. So we have something called a family support worker who goes into the homes. And initially it'll be weekly, but gradually it's less and less. And they talk about parent-child interaction and how you can bond with your child, how to be more nurturing. We do lessons on child development. We also do lessons on safety and how to keep our children safe as they grow from birth all the way to 18 years old.
So you give those lessons that don't come in a book with the kid when it's born.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. and each for each family it's different.
Each family is different,
The
and
needs are
so
different.
that's why we have specialists.
Right.
That's the team approach. So we have a child development specialist. So say some children are not developing on target, then we have that specialist come in and they'll help the parents with activities to promote those developmental milestones.
Okay.
And then we also have a clinical specialist that helps more with the parents to make sure that they're not depressed, because sometimes moms get baby blues.
Right.
And then if they're...
Is that the postpartum depression we hear about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also have them assess their relationships with the dad, because sometimes there's domestic violence in the relationship, and so we help moms to prepare for that and get out of it if she needs to. And also mental health. So we help link them up to therapists if they need.
Wow, you cover the whole range of
Yes.
situations and circumstances.
Yes, we do. So our aim is to do family functioning as a whole, because if the family is not working well together,
Right.
then it's not very nurturing for the child.
Right.
And then we have one last specialist, Miss Tiare. She's our Hawaiian specialist, so she can talk about that role.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Hi,
this is
Tiare.
Hi. Yes, I'm Tiare Johnson, and I'm the Hawaiian Cultural Specialist for Maui Family Support Services, primarily working with the Healthy Families America Home Visiting Group. So my role really is to make sure that we put in some Hawaiian culture into our parenting role, and making sure that they are very much exposed to what we have as a culture, whether you're Hawaiian or not. We want to make sure that everybody's very comfortable with our culture and everybody else's culture, because we do come across many different
You name
cultures
it.
here. Yeah, you name it, we've got it here on Maui for sure. Oh, and Hawaii, period. So it's been really, really nice that we found some resources to do this particular position, and I've been having a really nice time working with these families and getting them familiar with the Hawaiian culture, and then seeing the similarities with their own culture, be it that they're Samoan or some ethnicity of a Micronesian group, Filipino, any one of those. We've been able to connect on so many different levels, and I think that that's really key for my position is getting that connectivity and making sure that we're all one. We're here to support. That is our main focus. It's to build on the strengths of their families, and however way we can do it and whatever resources we can get through different grants, we're definitely going to promote that. So
Very good. Do you find that there's a lot of misconceptions out there about the Hawaiian culture?
There is a lot of misconceptions, and I'm learning myself as I go through this, because I am Native Hawaiian myself, but there are some things that I did not know, and there's a lot of different parenting programs out there as well that help teach these parents from a Hawaiian perspective, and there has been many misconceptions, but so it's nice to be able to show, not really correct them, but to show them the similarities and where the misunderstanding may have come from.
Is that something that's usually passed down from the family or somebody, friends and so forth, who say, "Did you know you can't do that?" Or like, I'm thinking, like even in names, you know,
Yes.
Your baby's not Hawaiian. You can't give him a Hawaiian name.
Yes. we
That's
have
something that simple.
Yes, that's simple. Exactly. People thinking that, just because they were born here, no, I'm Hawaiian, we worked with a family like that. And, it's many different misconceptions, but making sure that we promote that connectivity to make sure that they understand a little bit more about the culture, a little bit more about, and we understand their culture,
Right.
and showing them the similarities, I think has been great in really diffusing that misconception. So
Right. And this is starting again with a small child, and
Yes.
that's your connection to the family, is the introduction of the new baby in this program, and that's interesting, because I think so often we tend to just kind of stay in our own little group.
yes,
There's a comfort zone, and you can break that wide open with your discussion with them, and show them, hey, we really are all alike. We just have a few little quirks, if you will, with our natural environment and our ethnicities and so forth. But we basically believe in the same things, and that is bringing up healthy children who can be the best they can be in their future lives. There was something in here that said, while children are a third of our population, they are our entire future.
yes,
And wow, if we could break some of these long-standing thoughts that people have about how different we're supposed to be, and bring us all together so that we're more alike, wouldn't it be wonderful?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tiare does a good job of that, especially in our family days that we have twice a month. She brings in the Hawaiian cultural aspect, and she also does other things. Like our last social, we made the Maori balls, which is not even part of the Hawaiian culture, but we try to incorporate other cultures as well. And like sometimes we do outside events. So like tomorrow we're gonna go to the Lahaina Animal Farm. We've gone to the Kula Strawberry Farm. So we've gone a lot to a lot of places, so hopefully it's fun for the family, so that they can go ahead and socialize and get to meet new people.
So when you take a trip like that, what do you do? Do you jump on a bus and go, or everybody meets there, or how do you?
we do provide the transportation to
Yeah?
the different vehicles that we have at our agency.
Okay.
But yeah, we definitely like to connect the families with what's already here on Maui. So even when we're not servicing them in some ways, we at least have exposed them to different local businesses that promote family days like that, that it doesn't just have to be with us, but
Right.
they're more than able to do it.
And there's
just
probably a lot
themselves.
of families that just don't get to go to places like this,
Yeah.
either because they're busy working 2-3 jobs, or don't have the funds, the resources to be able to go, or just don't think about it and what the real value is in them. I mean, when I first started seeing ads for the Lahaina Farm, or Lahaina Animal Farm, is it? I thought, well, how cute.
Yes.
I mean, it's just enough to make a young child comfortable with
Yeah.
these animals. It's not overwhelming. There's no huge elephants walking around.
Yeah.
It's the cute little animals. It's kind of like going to the Humane Society and playing with the puppies and the kitties. Yeah?
Yes.
That's neat. That's
And
neat.
so we don't only do that on Maui. We also have these same programs on Molokai and Lanai. And then if you are interested in becoming part of our Maui Family Support Services family, you can give us a call and ask to talk to an ORS staff, and we can do the screening and see if you're eligible.
Who's staff?
ORS, the Outreach and Resource Specialist.
Okay.
So if you say ORS, they'll
Okay.
know who you're talking about.
All right.
And then we can see if you're eligible for any of the programs that we offer. And then we also have 2 positions, full-time positions for family support worker. On Maui, we have 1 part-time position on Molokai. And then there's a part-time position for Kupuna to work with
Yes.
Tiare.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
Yeah, I need a wing person too.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
For
you
myself
go.
here.
Yeah, you can't just do it all yourself. So now, as each one of you talk about these open positions, we're talking about new grant money that's funding these. It's not that there's a great turnover, But as you go out and get more money for the programs and for the organization as a whole, you can afford to hire these people to help and enhance your programs. I think that's fabulous. Again, we got to take a short break, and we're going to be right back with Maui Family Support Services.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
Aloha, and we are back. This is Maui Nonprofit Notes, talking story with the folks from Maui Family Support Services. We've heard from Momi about the Stand for Children celebration and rally, which is coming up on September 12th at Queen Kaahumanu Center. We've talked with Ku'uipo about the Early Head Start program, which is home-based and center-based. There's two different programs going on there, and those are for prenatal through third year, not third grade, 3 years old. And we've talked with Chrissy and Tiari about the Healthy Family America program, and Tiari is a specialist on Hawaiian culture.
Culture, yes.
It was such a deal. And last but not least, we're going to talk with David Lima about the Fatherhood Involvement Team. Whoa, David. Heavy duty. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah? Shannon.
Shannon is our fatherhood involvement coordinator, so he's my supervisor.
He's been on a couple of times, and we've talked about things. I think when you have some big event, he usually pops his head in.
Celebration of Fathers.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is a big event.
Yeah, it's usually run the Saturday before Father's Day every year.
All right, that makes sense. So he usually comes on and talks about that, but what are you going to tell us about? Give us some more in-depth on the program.
Well, the FIT, or Father Involvement Team, supports dads and male caregivers in an environment that is nurturing and beneficial. The Father Involvement Team was created to support fathers and male caregivers with the tools they need to help raise and support children. The Maui Family Support Services mission is to promote healthy family functioning by providing supportive services which build on family strengths.
So you mean again, we're back to that booklet that comes with the kids when
yeah.
they're born. Dads don't get a special insight?
Oh, no, the dads, I think historically a lot of fathers, their role was to provide and financially work, and sometimes they weren't raised to have those nurturing tools to raise. And I think with
that was left to mom.
Yeah, with the economic changes nowadays, and more dads are thrown into I guess more nurturing and historical motherly roles. So what our curriculum does, it provides them with tools and support that they can fill their, I guess, father tool bag with.
And as you said, as time has changed things for dads or for families in general, they didn't have their dads to learn this from.
No.
Their dads were busy working to support the family, and now all of a sudden here you were in that unit, but now you're grown and you have someone that you need to nurture and support.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
How do you do it if you've never been exposed to it?
Yeah, well, we have two curriculums that we have provide our participants with. One is a Nurturing Fathers handbook, and we primarily use that with our one-on-one services. We offer free one-on-one services island-wide, Molokai, Lanai, and we have facilitators on each island employed.
I'll bet that's a popular one-on-one, because nobody knows then you're taking that program.
Well, I found a lot of the one-on-one visits, sometimes it starts off they just want to meet at a park or maybe at a coffee shop, and maybe about the third, fourth visit, they invite you in your home, and usually the graduates of the one-on-one, they tend to open up more and want to do the group sessions. Yeah, so.
Right, but it's kind of embarrassing to say, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this thing.
Yeah,
because it's like you're supposed to be able to just do it.
Where it's just the pride thing. I think I shared with one of our participants one day on when Wahine's car is broken, she'll take it right into the shop and get it fixed. But sometimes us men, we're like, oh, we can fix it, so we'll take a look under the hood ourselves, and usually if we're not trained to fix a car, it'll break down again. So kind of use those metaphors to connect with them.
Right. You'll tinker with it.
Yeah.
Oh, this will get us by. No, it won't. And then it breaks down, and you really gotta get it fixed.
Yeah. So.
And you don't want to do that with a child.
Yeah, with a child. Yeah.
You want the answer right away.
Yeah.
So that you can help that child get past whatever is going on.
Exactly. And then the second curriculum we provide is the 24/7 Dad curriculum, and that's used more in a group setting, and it's just formatted more convenient, and it opens up more discussion, easier to facilitate. And the characteristics of the 24/7 Dad would be self-awareness, caring for self, fathering skills, parenting skills, and relationship skills. So 3 of those 5, a man can use whether they're a father or not.
Right.
So we kind of recruit male role models, also grandfathers.
I'll bet you see a lot of guys who don't know who they are. Really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, they're out there functioning.
They're still finding themselves.
Who am I? What? Yeah, I'm not grown up yet.
Yeah.
How can I be teaching this young thing?
Yeah, I think once with our father team, involvement team, we got a pretty, good team. Once they connect with us and see what we have to provide, a lot of them open up and really enjoy what we share.
And then they go on and they're ready to have 2, 3, 4 more kids. Because now they've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or they don't.
Or one's plenty, huh?
Yeah.
So, Susie, if I could add a little bit onto that,
What
our fatherhood involvement team also does is they touch the men that are in recovery at Aloha House. So, they have a lot of disconnects with their children, so we teach them a different way. We teach them that it's okay to not be the tough guy in the family, but to be the nurturer instead. And the programs that the guys use in that program is awesome because it takes it step by step, and what it does is it builds the men so that they can become better dads for their children.
Interesting. You don't have to be the tough guy. I like that.
Yeah. So, like what Auntie Momi was saying, we have the Aloha House group we do on Wednesdays, 10:45 to 11:45. And then we do a Wailuku group at the Kahale Aki'ola Homeless Resource Center. It's just in between the prison and Halemakana. That group is on Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we just started a new Lahaina Kanehui group at the Lahaina Hale Aki'ola Homeless Resource Center. And that's that right turn where the pool is.
Right.
And you just follow that road up.
It's the only thing on the road.
Yeah, it's we're pretty excited to get that one started for the families on the west side.
Is that the first time on the west side?
Yes.
Yeah.
We provided one-on-one services to the west side, but now we have a group setting.
So this program is growing dramatically too.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that says a lot for what's happening.
Yeah.
Because I would, as you said, as the men get more familiar with this and they start feeling more comfortable with this issue, they start talking to other guys, and there you are. There's your growth.
Well, it's just
success.
Like what I was saying earlier. A lot of men in the past were taught to provide and fight wars and protect our island from intruders, and so nowadays the roles are shifting more. So we need more nurturing and supportive roles.
Right.
And we bring the tools. We share the tools.
Share the tools. So. Let's see, I'm not supposed to ask questions I don't know the answer to, but I'm going to do it anyway. How many children do you have?
I have 4 children and then 2 stepchildren.
Wow.
Yeah.
See? It would have been terrible if he'd said, I'm not married, I don't have any kids.
Yeah.
But I know, like, his kids are teenagers, yeah? And it's like, wow, what great role models.
Yeah.
I mean, that here you are, and you've got the kids, you've been through it, you're still going through it.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
forever go through it.
It's always a learning process. It's continual balance and recalibration, what I call
Right.
it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I like that.
Yeah.
So this program, as I see it, it just the guy's got to be ready for it, though. He's got to want to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I guess what you're talking about, they got to be open for change.
There you go.
Yeah, because if they're not open for change, like open for change would be like just you got to have your eyes, mind and eyes open, so your tool bag is open, ready
Right.
to, take out some of the tools you don't need and add some that you
Right.
need. So
And this can only enhance the family
yes, yeah.
and make. I think everything we've talked about here today is all about the family. And the different people, the participants,
Yes.
and how their part gets played. And we talk about the baby's prenatal. I mean, we're starting working with mom before she has the baby. Then we work with dad as to how to help raise the child and be a role model for the child, and mom too. Everybody's, we always say that kids are the direct. Have a direct relationship with the house they grew up in, or the home they grew up in. I don't say house, home, and we want that to be the best home possible for them, and that's what you
correct.
guys are all working to create. That's wonderful.
And I guess to touch on what you said, I guess they don't have to come to us open for change. I think when we get them in a group setting and we're in a one-on-one setting, it could, just that environment and support could allow them to be open for change. So they don't have, if they're not open for change, they don't have to shy away.
Right.
By all means, come.
You know, for them to come and check it out.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the main ones we need to get in there, is the ones that are not open for change.
Exactly.
And that's kind of how it
Mommy's
works.
got an idea.
That's kind of how it works with all of our support groups. If somebody says, I'm not sure if this works, I say, come and see. Come
Right.
and see how you feel.
Yeah.
If the feeling's good, then you stay and you come the next time
Right.
around,
Yeah.
but we always leave them that option. If you're not quite sure, if you think that this particular support group or program will help you, I always suggest, please come and look at it,
Right.
observe it, see what you think.
And I think the thing that's so great about all of your programs, there's no charge for any of these.
No charge.
And
There's
so,
no charge.
so there's no downside
Free
to coming
dinner.
and checking it out.
Free
Yeah.
A
dinner.
free dinner. There you go.
Yep. You
Oh,
get
yeah,
free
the-
transportation.
transportation,
Transportation,
You
dinner.
get to do activities.
Right.
Just,
Yeah, there's no downside to coming and checking it out.
No.
And
then
that's
on
the beauty of support services, period, though, is that, we've been fortunate to have funding to provide these resources here for our families on Maui, Molokai, Lanai, and as far as Hana, Lahaina. So, and it really is all about starting conversations that may not have been had anywhere else, and to create that safe space for them to really talk about is where we get to connect with them on a different level and really work on the tools and really work on strengthening
Right.
the families in general. So
Well, and I think the other thing that I'm looking at is I see you've got the home environment. You can go into the home and work with them, or they can come to the center and you can work with them as a group.
We also have socializations that parents can come to twice a month.
Oh, okay.
Family days.
Family days.
Yes.
Okay.
That they can come and network with other families, or they can meet with other families, and they can share their information, what works, what doesn't work, and maybe hear other people see what may be good, and they can try out these different things. It also allows parents who are basically at home and they don't get out, at least they could gain some social skills, have their child be open to learning in a different environment than their home.
Are these on Saturday or
No, they're during the week.
during weekdays?
They're during
Okay.
the week, twice
Okay.
a month.
cool?
And then I want to, for the listeners out there, on the September 17th, we're going to start our new 24/7 Dad curriculum group. We're going to run it at the same time as the Lahaina and Wailuku will run it concurrently on September 17th at 6 p.m. at the Kahale Akiola Resource Centers in both Lahaina and Wailuku. And this group will be partnering with UH Manoa. They want to do a survey, a father questionnaire on your family and children, and you get gift cards from Walmart or Long's or so.
Interesting.
Whoever's interested, give us
Some
a call.
incentives.
Yeah, give us a call at 242-0900 and ask for Shannon.
Oh, that was really slick, David. Oh, that. So Shannon may not have shown up, but guess what? Now he knows. Send out David, and Shannon gets the calls. Wonderful. I think what you guys are doing is fabulous, and like I said, I can't overemphasize the fact that there's no charge. You can only win by going to any of these opportunities. And again, the number's
242-0900.
0900.
You can ask for any one of us, Shannon, David, Koviko.
Everybody call for David. David. Yeah. And just the whole scope of what you're covering, like it's support, and to that group that needs it. Wonderful. Thank you on behalf of the community for all you do.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me here today. Momi, Kuipo, Chrissy, Tiara, David. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome.
Mahalo.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Oh boy, the end of another show. That was fast, huh, Gary? Wow. Maui Nonprofit Notes is sponsored as a community service by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. Give Paul and his staff a call at 986-0380 or stop by their showroom in the Waikapu Bayshard on East Oahe Way to see how they can help you with your building project. The Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's mission is to provide personal and professional support to nonprofit executive directors, their organizations, and the community of Maui. Please visit our website at mauinonprofit.org for a list of member agencies. And if you see an agency listed there that you're interested in finding out more about, go to their website and check them out. Again, today we visited with the folks from Maui Family Support Services and got an update on what their agency is doing. Don't forget the Stand for Children celebration and rally on September 12th at Queen Ka'ahumanu Center from 10 to 2. And what else did we have coming up? That was it.
The brand new group,
support group for
September
fathers
17th.
on September 17th. And
Kahalakeola.
right at Kahaleakaola. And anything else?
We'll have a 35th celebration.
Oh,
coming
35th
up.
anniversary.
Yeah, 35
of the
years.
agency. That's terrific.
Yeah, so for 35 years we've been supporting families, and on this particular evening we will be supporting the staff that supports the families.
Ooh.
And having a nice celebration along with some of our partners in the community. We will showcase what we do as well. Details will follow. We're still working on the logistics and
terrific. Well,
and
let me know so we
confirming dates.
can pitch it. Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
Great.
Thank you.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
Mahalo to everyone out there for tuning in. Don't forget to join us again next week right here on Wednesday at noon on KAOI Radio at 11:10 a.m., 96.7 FM, and 96.5 FM on the west side, when we'll be featuring representative of another or two or maybe three member agencies of the Maui Nonprofit Directors Association. Until then, I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific and host for Maui Nonprofit Notes. And from Momi, Kuipo, Chrissy, Tiari, and David, everyone have a great week. Aloha.